Hey everybody, happy Sunday to you. Going to be knocking out a Fraggle today, specifically Wembly. I'm going to share this with the page real fast and then we'll get going and we'll have a great one. So just for anybody wanting to know, I had tech difficulties yesterday, so the video is kind of ant, but the audio worked. And most of the video was, so check out the Galactus stuff. I came back on and inked it. And just wanted to let you guys know that it was there. And hey James, how you doing, man? Gonna be hanging out with a light one today because, like I said, I just wanted to knock this out so I could get this finished up. And as you can see, I've got ink dust all over my hands because of the fact that I've been, smudges and all that. But been working hard on pages for Facebook today. But yeah, for the card set to finish this up for all the content and stuff that I'm going to start posting, and the new card set that I've got going on in the book and all that. I've just been hammering that out today, so I took it kind of easy. And with the tech difficulties and the storm going on, I was just kind of like, you know what, we're gonna go old school with a little Jim Henson and hang out for a few minutes with this one. If you've never seen the Fraggles before, this was a Jim Henson creation, as I just mentioned. It premiered on January 10th, 1983, and that's back in the early mid-80s, right around in there, where everybody was doing everything puppet-wise, especially with the success of Star Wars and all of that. Then the Muppets being rebooted, with the Muppet Show continuing on from the 70s and coming back into the 80s with the new Muppet Show, the revitalization of the Sesame Street movies and all of those franchises coming in and all of that going on. I mean, it was just everywhere. There were puppets and costume suits like this just everywhere. And Disney had tons of them with the Winnie the Pooh series that was Henson done as well. And I mean, it's just crazy. Then you had Star Wars, with Yoda. And these particular characters just resonated with me like crazy, because when they came out, I was still a little kid. I was under 10. I won't give my exact age, but it's one of those things that, I was just all about this stuff, especially with the Star Wars craze. Anything that had to do with Henson Productions, I was all over it. Jim Henson Studios at the time, I was all over it. I was addicted to the Muppets. I was addicted to, I had an addiction problem. I was just all over Sesame Street, the Muppets, anything that had to do with this. I was just like right there, man. I'm going to make that eye just a little bit bigger because one of his eyes is off, and it naturally is off. So I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. And it's because he's got this crazy look about him. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, when it premiered HBO on HBO where I lived in Texas. And I tell you what, I never got to watch HBO. And when a Jim Henson production came on, and I mean, they started advertising this thing a good 3 months in advance, I was like, I gotta watch this thing. I don't care if I have to get up. And it was like 5:30 in the morning. So it's right when all of the adult material was going off from the night before. And then it was coming into, that whole cool range of, family-oriented content early in the morning. And I mean, literally, it was like 5:30 in the morning. I had to get up to watch this thing. But I got addicted then because I was up. My younger brother wanted to watch. And, oh, man, we just got hooked. And the theme song is ridiculous. And we would sing it and scare the neighbors. Just, they were just cringing every morning at 5 o'clock because we got up. And I would watch the Three Stooges on another another broadcasting network, and then I would watch that one. I was one of those kids that liked to get up early and creep everybody out. So, yeah. In later years, I sure did not keep that habit. But yeah, I get up now. But when I was in my teenage years and then my early 20s, I was a night owl. It was the opposite direction. But but anyway, with the comic art and the business stuff and managing a couple of different companies, because I was a freelance manager at that time. I was contracted with a couple of different companies, and I tell you, it was just crazy making a living doing that stuff. When I was doing graphic design work, it was that way too, just nuts. Now he's going to be blonde haired. As a side note, he's going to be blonde haired, but the thing is, I'm lining this out so that whenever I ink it, it's going to be crazy, because he's got so many lines in his hair and it just goes crazy. And I'm not really one to do the whole string bean thing. I don't like drawing in each individual hair. That's why I'm drawing him in bunches like this, because he has a weird wiry look. And I don't like doing the broken image thing, where they draw the outskirts of the hair and just frizz it out and then leave that big block in there and then tone it with like different shades of yellow and orange for a blonde. No. We're drawing in hard lines. We're doing it. It's done. Bear with me. It's done. Hang in. It'll be okay. So, anyway. Yeah. On a side note, I got some interesting responses. Whenever I started sharing this, because I was telling everybody, offline and letting them know, I've got people that I show the card to beforehand, and I was just like, hey guys, this is what I'm doing today. And they were like, what? Why are you doing Fraggles? What happened to Galactus? Didn't you finish Galactus? And I was like, yes, almost done with it. Took a break from it. It's Sunday. I wanted to relax a little bit today. I don't take the whole day off, but I did take part of it, and kind of took a little bit of a breather and did some stuff that I needed to do here in the office, and got some stuff going, so that we can have some content coming up this week, and getting ready for that big Kickstarter. But some people weren't happy with it. I even lost a few friends off of Facebook for it. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to hit the button, and I'm going to let some more people on. I don't take it personal when people do the whole Facebook thing, and I appreciate you guys, fans and followers. I have a utmost highest respect for you guys, but it's kind of a catch-22, because if you're going to get freaky on me, about, well, I want to see the finished. I'm more of a finished product type person. I'm not about the process and watching the live and stuff. Well, if you're not supporting the process, then you're not supporting me in getting the finished result. You know what I mean? Without the process of me drawing this thing, you're not going to have it. And I'm not taking an arrogant stance here by any means. I'm just saying, I had a couple of people tell me, today, well, I don't watch the lives. I watch, excuse me, I watch, I want to see the finished product. And I had not just one, but 7 or 8 people tell me that right off the bat today. And I was like, well, I find that amusing, because you're telling me you want to watch this stuff and you ask for these cards to be drawn, but then you don't support the fact that I'm here doing it every day. And, I don't get bent or ticked off or anything about it. I'm not upset. If that's your perspective, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But don't get upset when I do something different and act shocked if I change up the game because you're not here. That is highly humorous to me. And, don't get bent over people wanting to move on if that's not their thing. I see that in social media all the time. And, I constantly rotate followers. I have friends. I just downsized my personal friends list the other day, less than 48 hours ago. And I think it was Thursday or Friday when I did it. And all I did was take out dead accounts, but people started unfriending me because I started cutting my list a little bit. And I was like, stop freaking out, I find that highly amusing when people get that dramatic. It's okay to clean out your list once in a while. It's okay to trade up if friends aren't, if friends aren't friends and they're not communicating with you. A lot of people think, well, it's just social media, but I disagree with that, because you can build solid relationships on the internet. And, it's like having pen pals. You can be pen pals with people. Back up until the mid 90s, they would have pen pals with people, I did that. I was a military pen pal friend for a long time. And Sean is still a friend of mine. And Sean, if you're watching, buddy, you know who you are, and miss you, man. We'll have to hook back up soon and shoot some pool or something. But it's been a long time since I've seen him. But yeah, I mean, that's just crazy to get all upset over that. If you build friendships and you're communicating with people, that's awesome. But remember that there is a professional guideline that you have to be with too, and if you're making friends just to make friends, don't bother. I mean, if you're not going to talk to the people at least once, every couple of weeks, then why bother? That's what follow status is for. There's a big difference there, I mean, if you're a follower, that's a big thing. And if you're on my friends list, you're very cool with me because of the fact that I've worked with you or talked with you at some point. And that I like to keep those relationships. And if I haven't talked to you, I'm sorry. It's probably because you haven't talked to me or responded. And, send me a message and say hi. That's cool. I'm all right with that. As far as the friends list thing, though, I've had a lot of people get really bitter. Are you going to drop me? Well, no, I'm not going to drop you. I haven't dropped you yet. Chill. I've seen people take that stuff very, very hard to the ego. And it's not about that. Just chill out. Chill. It's okay. It's not personal. It's really not. Now, I'm going to cut in these flowers here because he's got flowers and he's got palm trees on this thing. And I don't know why, but he's got these purple flowers on here like this. And they kind of look wonky like that. And then you've got these palm trees that come in. And all they are is just these little fork in the road palm trees. And they look wonky, but I mean, they look like somebody's mustache flew off, but that's pretty much it. And then you have the little island look, and you have the tree there, and it's la 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 la, the hula dancers and all that. And that's pretty much the end of it right there. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. You go in, you draw in a couple of what I call, like I said, the mustache. One guy said it looks like salmon slices. I was like, geez, man, what kind of knife are you using? Make me hungry for fish, man. We're going to grill fish this week, and I was just talking about that. And let's see. I was talking about that with a buddy of mine at the store, at the meat counter. Like the healthy stuff, man. Like the healthy stuff. I'm a foodie, by the way. Not only am I a horror book fan and movie classic encyclopedia of nonsense, I like food. But yeah, it cracks me up. Hey, Jim. Glad you made it, man. Gary, what's up? Cool. Hey, excuse me, Gary. I want to get that right because I know I did that last time, and it's like, my name's not Gary, man. I want to get it right. I see the G and instantly go Gary, and you'll have to explain it to me, man. If I say it wrong again, let me know. I do that all the time with people that I don't talk with directly and new followers and stuff. And I just, unless I get to talk to you on the phone or something or on a live and you get to, I get to hear it, I screw that stuff up all the time. It's funny. I always reconfirm that with clients, but because it's like, your name is pronounced, because I don't want to screw it up more than once. Thank you. So, but it is what it is. So we move on from there. But yeah, Thank you guys for popping on. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's one of those things where people are getting a little bent about this stuff, you know, and they're taking it personal. And I'm sorry, but social media rotates by the needs of the people and by the following that you have, because it's limited with the 5,000 slots, especially on Facebook. Don't take it personal if somebody unfollows you and moves on. I lose 3 or 4 people a day, and then I gain 3 or 4 people the next day. Just relax. If you meet their needs and you're in their wheelhouse for whatever you're entertaining them with, awesome. If not, let them move on. Say, okay, I hope you have the best, and find whatever and move on. And that's okay. That's okay. Don't get so bent. I actually had one lady start crying because I unfollowed her. You unfollowed me. I thought you were dead. You didn't. I've talked to you like 8 times. You didn't say anything. I'm sorry. So, I love your marketing stuff and I love your artwork. Put me back. Put me back. Why does that determine whether I follow you? But, you know, that's like on Twitter when, you know, people get mad. It's just, you didn't match me and follow me back, so bye. Okay. Okay, that's all right. Why did you follow me? Did you follow me to build your list, or did you follow me to get the content? Big difference. If you followed me to build your list and do a swap, then tell me, hey, follow me and I'll follow you back. Contact me and make a relationship. That's a miracle worker. Follow me. But when you have 10,000 people that you're talking to constantly, you have to be careful, you know, just who you add, because then it's just, you know, follow to follow, and then they fall off, and it's just like, okay, cool, whatever. But, you know, if you guys are following my artwork and stuff, awesome. If you're following my marketing stuff and waiting for me to get off my butt with it, awesome. That's cool too. But, you know, like I said, I had a bunch of people tell me earlier, you know, that, well, I don't follow the actual live. It's just I want to be there. I want to be there for, you know, the finished product. And I understand and respect that perspective in some cases. But, you know, if you're doing it to be a jerk about it, which I had a couple people out of those do that, you know. And like I said, I respect my friends saying that. That's cool. Whatever. If you want to see the finished product, then fine. I won't bother you with the preset card, and I'll just send you, you know, since you notice that it's done. But there's a lot of people out there that say, you know, well, I don't care about the process. Well, if you don't care about the process of the artist that you're watching and following, think about that. If the process wasn't there, you're not going to have the artwork to follow them. Well, I want you there every day, they say, and it's what, well, you know. But I don't get bent about that. I think it's hilarious. Because it's like, well, you know, if you're going to get bent about it and you don't want to follow me, then don't be mad when I'm gone. I don't want to be where I'm not wanted. But, yeah, it happens a lot. And then, ironically, one of them unfollowed me right before I went on. He unfriended and unfollowed me right before I went on. So I was like, great. So much for that. I said I respected your opinion. But that kind of thing happens all the time. You know, it's in flux. And for those that stick with me, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I love that. Thank you. That's awesome. But for those that feel the need to go elsewhere, I respect that too. That's cool. I will not shed a tear for you. I will be happy that you found out what you needed. And, you know, if you move on, awesome. But, you know, life goes on. But, you know, I'm not one of those, you know, you have to follow me back for me to follow you type people. I'm just not. Because I have people that I follow that don't follow me back, and they know I'm there. I'm in their face. Hi. Check out my stuff. And if they don't, you know, if they don't follow me back, that's okay. But if they do, that's even better. but it's not going to spoil my world if I lose, a couple of followers. I lose them all the time. It's unfortunate, but you can't please everyone. You have to please yourself and go with your gut and go with your heart, as well as entertain people. So, but I find people entertaining all the time. So it's cool. So, go all Robert Mitchum on them from the old school Westerns. I want to hear you laugh. And if you know that reference, you are definitely a movie buff. That's cool. Yep. But almost, by the way, almost ready for the big return of The Walking Dead. It is tonight. This is Sunday as we're filming this. And The Walking Dead returns. October 22nd, 2017. So, yeah. You want to talk about some fun? I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, of course, as you guys know, or may not know, depending on if you read my bio or not. That's freaky. But, yeah, if you have taken the time, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Your receipt's in the mail for the 45 seconds that you wasted. But, anyway, I'm a horror buff. And that's a big thing for me. I love horror movies. It's how I connected with my dad. And, because he was a big horror fan. Still is till this day. He hasn't, died or anything. But I came from a not to give out my family business, but I came from a split home. It happens. Poor me. Hey. But that's my whining baby. But yeah, my dad was there off and on, and due to situations I won't go into, and that was some of the cool things about it. I remember one of the coolest things we had was he would get me and we would ride around and talk about old movies, and we would go to the house and we would watch that stuff, on cable or Lord forbid on beta, that kind of thing. Or we would go to a movie, and it just depended on what he wanted to do. And we watched the old Saturday. I remember watching the old Saturday night, Friday night B movies. At the time with my stepdad as well, and I connected very highly with that, and I just love those things. And I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I love that thing, and everybody around me is like, "What? That movie sucks." And I'm like, that's a technical term, by the way, but yeah, it's just really cool stuff, man. I mean, whoever it cracks me up because it's so funny and so far-fetched that you have to enjoy it. I mean, but people get upset, and it's like, well, that movie's horrible. There's way better horror movies out there than that one. Well, it's not watching it for the scare. It's watching it for the funny. I mean, come on. It's like watching, some of those old classic horror movies like The Blob. The Blob cracks me up to no end. It's a big ball of ooze. You can outrun it. Stay away from the ooze. You know what I mean? I mean, that kind of stuff, it's crazy to think how far we've come socially and relaxed, because it was such an innocent time that, Invasion of the Body Snatchers scared the bejesus out of people. And Orson Welles went on a radio broadcast, and scared people back in the day with War of the Worlds on the radio. And they believed it. I mean, we were all about being prim and proper back then, you know, and horror films bring that edge out to an extreme level that just doesn't exist elsewhere in our culture. And I just love that fact. I love the idea of a good scare. But as I've mentioned before, humorously, I can't go on, you know, can't go on places like, hey, Dirk, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Great nose job. You know, as I mentioned before, you can't go out to like a spook house or a haunted house type of thing and get me to go through it because like I said, I just have a heavy physical response, law enforcement, martial arts, things like that. And man, I'll punch somebody. It's not safe. I could get sued. So I don't do that. But yeah, you know, now have you guys, as a side note, because we're almost finished with this here, and to stay on topic with what's going on, have you guys heard anything about the Fraggle movie that's coming out? There's a huge Fraggle movie coming up, and I didn't think it was real at first, but I did some research right before the show, and they're doing a Fraggle Rock movie. I wonder if they're going to be CGI like the Smurfs, or if they're actually going to be Fraggles in, you know, the old school Jim Henson style suits. I'm hoping that it goes this route and doesn't go animated or CGI. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, man, that's going to be horrible. But no, it's not. It's classic. It is classic nostalgia. And if anyone from Henson Studio happened to be on, because I know a few people from there, if you guys are listening, please do the suits. Please do the puppets. It'll be awesome. Don't do CGI. You know, the Smurfs are awesome the way you guys reinvented them and stuff with Disney, you know, having the Smurfs now and whatnot. And I think that's who has them, right? Don't hold me to that. But that's one of those things. This is still with Jim Henson, I believe, and not part of the deal where he, you know, they sold off to Disney. Because I don't think it falls under the Muppets franchise. But if you guys are listening, whoever's in charge of it, please bring it back in the original form. Because I love these guys. They're awesome. They're just cute enough to be creepy and creepy enough to be cool. So that's it for today. That's what I got. I'm going to be finishing up the let's see. I'm going to be finishing up the Galactus set tomorrow. I'm also going to have Boba Fett on here in special edition for tomorrow night for Kevin. After the card, we will be doing tomorrow evening. Yay! I talked with Kevin about that. Kevin is at a Comic-Con, and I'm waiting for him to come back tomorrow at the end of that so that we can get on for the big thing for his Boba Fett. And I might give you guys a sneak peek at his Electra. I don't know yet, but we'll see how that goes. But I got to get that posted and get it on there because I've said now for over a week that I was going to post this thing, and it's just like dragging on and on and on and on. It's like, dude, where's the Boba Fett? But anyway, got Tom's Ultraman coming up. I got that ready to go. And I saved this Boba Fett for some reason. But I think it's because Kevin asked me to do it live. But anyway, we're going to go from there. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me, especially on a Sunday with the big family time stuff coming up. So appreciate it. Don't know what I'm doing for a card tomorrow other than I'm going to be doing that big Boba Fett, that 11x17. And it's a full comic page, so you guys hang out for that one. But we'll see where it goes. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. And like I said, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and we'll go from there, and I'll have some more stuff to show you because it's right here at the comic book launch, thank goodness. So hang tight. We got some stuff coming. Later.